Walk out of the boardroom and then my instincts are, I've got to get away from this country. I don't know what's going on, who's involved, an amount of money approaching $2 billion, bad things have happened to people for a lot less. In Japan, hardly anyone gets fired. Not least, you wouldn't fire the president of the company. It's almost unheard of. Why were they acting like that?
Talk about Olympus. It's a company best known for high-quality cameras. Well, it is facing a potential scandal. The company fired its president and CEO, Michael Woodford.
They wrecked the company by siphoning off huge amounts of money on all this nonsense.
Hi Fazila! Why are you so focused on your reading?
I'm reading about Olympus. Okay, let me share to you guys about Olympus background. Olympus Corporation is known to be one of the most famous and largest manufacturing industry of optic and reprography product. Olympus was founded by Takeshi Yamashita in the year 1919. The company in the beginning worked on microscope and thermometers. It is the one company that hold the majority share of the world market in making gastrointestinal endoscope. As per the rough estimate, Olympus hold near about 70% per share of the market globally. The first camera by Olympus was introduced in the year 1963. Then was introduced the first innovative camera series in the years 1959. As time passed, Olympus made improvement in the size of camera by making them more compact and also made them portable for the ease of use. Did you guys know that large volume of medical and surgical equipment are made by Olympus Corporation? Many of the industrial products like scanner, flow detectors, steam gaugers, digital camera, image analyzer, video corp, and many more are developed under this brand name.
Recently, analysts have found a website about Olympus Scandal. On February 16, Japanese prefecture arrested the 3 Olympus top executives and 4 of the consultants of an accounting fraud uncovered last April by Alta CEO and whistleblower Michael Woodford. What has unfolded since Woodford's discovery has been a rollercoaster ride with one twisting turn after another. A quick research of these companies sum up its recent fall from grace in a decade-long $1.7 billion scandal that began to unravel in October 2011. It looked like the dissolved graveyard of a once thriving multinational corporation. Okay, here is a timeline of how it all went down. Firstly, on April 2011, as a 30 years veteran of Olympus, Woodford is promoted to president of Olympus. After that, on July 2011, 2 articles are published in Fact magazine detailing questionable advisory fees Olympus paid when acquiring 3 different companies and also alluding the monetary ties to the Japanese mob. Woodford conferred Olympus chairman Tsuyoshi Kikukawa and group president Hisashi Mori a week later about the fees and is ignored. Woodford began to realize that something is not right.
Let me continue. On July until August 2011, Woodford commissioned an outside auditor, PricewaterhouseCoopers, to investigate and compile a report regarding the questionable fees. And on September until October 2011, Woodford confronts the board on multiple accusations and emailed the unfavorable report report to Kikukawa, urging him and Mori to face the consequence of what has taken place, which is shameful, saga by any stretch of the imagination. It is clear that the current situation is now untenable and to move forward positively. The necessary course of action is for you both to tender your resignation from the board. October 40, 2011, Woodford is abruptly fired at the board meeting in a 15-0 vote. Woodford immediately contacts Japanese and British press, the FBI, and Britain's Serious Fraud Office to hand over the result of a month-long investigation. In October 26, 2011, after press coverage worldwide and the raiding of the corporate office, Olympus admits to a decade-long $1.7 billion accounting fraud and Kikukawa resigned. On January 2012, Olympus sued 19 current and former executives for $47 million in damage and Woodford filed suit for wrongful dismiss. Lastly, on February 16, 2012, Japanese prosecutors arrested 3 of Olympus' top executives, including Kikukawa and Mori, and 4 of consultants.
From the scandal, let me share to you guys the impact to the stakeholder. As I know, the first impact to the stakeholder is Tsuyoshi Kikukawa. He is CEO Olympus before the Michael Woodford. He resigned from the position after Woodford was fired and forced to resign from the position of CEO, Chairman and President, and later he was resigned to the board of Olympus. Second impact is to the investor and the shareholder. The value of Olympus stock decreased by a large amount and shareholders lost a large number of money. The investors who have invested their money in the Olympus were unable to gain back their money. After that, I heard value of Olympus stock continued to drop. Michael Woodford, he lost his CEO and president of Olympus and forced to return back to the Britain that due to the belief that his life was in danger. And lastly is to the employees. The employees felt disappointed and betrayed when their CEO made that things. They're afraid to lose their job and worried if company will make workforce cut. Because of that issue, they will lose their job and don't have money to survive themselves and their family.
Within a month of the scandal, Olympus' share price had fallen 82% and $7 billion had been wiped off the company's value. So that we can learn, before we do something, we should think about the causes and the effect. It is very difficult to prevent and detect the kind of deliberate fraud that occurred in the Olympus case. Nevertheless, the Olympus scandal strongly highlights that the greatest problem in Japanese corporate governance, which is the lack of effective system for monitoring management. Olympus scandal clearly underlines that the importance of good governance as a safeguard against corporate misdemeanors. Unlike Olympus, successful companies create a culture that encourages accountable, transparent, and inclusive decision making. The ethic lesson to be learned from the Olympus affair is that a lack of underlying ethical value trumps full disclosure, even in the post-Enron era of transparency. In fact, underlying cultural values such as secrecy may continue to rule the day in countries like Japan that seem to place not losing face ahead of ethical value such as full disclosure, and the right of investor and creditor to be fully informed about the good and the bad financial dealings. Thank you guys, we learned a lot today. Let's go.